Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and what I wanted to do is talk about this news that we got today about Destiny 2 Beyond Light. And the biggest thing you can see right here in the top of the Bungie article, because this week at Bungie launched really early, and it's the fact that it has been delayed. It has been moved to November 10th. Now, it was about September 22nd, so it's about a 6-week delay. 6 or 7, depending on how math goes. But yeah, they tweeted that out. They said the TWAB was coming soon. And we're going to go through this thing together. So I just wanted to give you guys the updated info, kind of give you my thoughts on this one. First thing I can say is they can take as long as they want. Honestly, there are so many games that are trying to come out. Most of them are probably going to be delayed in some sense or another to either finish up polish or anything like that. Remember, Bungie is completely independent, so for one, they don't have some of the resources that they used to, and also the fact that, you know, they want to release a proper game. This is kind of the start of their next trilogy, per se. They've told us we've got Beyond Light and the Witch Queen and Lightfall. If things don't happen in quite that, like, perfect annual time frame, that's okay. That's life. And we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, so we got to kind of roll with the punches. So for me, honestly, the fact that delay is something I don't find as big of a deal. I love the game. Trust me, it is a bummer. Don't get me wrong. But for them to try and build a game in a pandemic is hard enough as it is. So the fact that it's only 6 weeks and not like, you know, it's January or February, I'll take what I can get. So we're going to go through and read this thing together. They are going to update the Season of Arrivals calendar and time frame. Seems like they're going to give us a little bit of that. So let's look through and see what we've got. All right, so this week at Bungie, we are extending Season of Arrivals. The launch date for our next expansion, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, has been moved to November 10th. If you missed the full announcement, you can check it out here. There's a little brief discussion about it. They just want to make sure they have enough quality time to do it justice, basically. This is the initial piece of their next 3-year trilogy that they're doing, so they want to make sure they do it right, and they're going to take the time to do it. So if you're up to speed, and honestly, we can update that one here if we want to. It's real short. As the first chapter in a new trilogy of expansions, Beyond Light is the beginning of a new era of Destiny 2. We have a powerful story to tell and incredible new features that we are really excited for players to experience. As always, our end goal is to make the coolest, most entertaining expansion we can possibly make for our fans. To that end, we are doing our best to make the game and moving the launch date. Past few months have been challenging, and will continue to be during this pandemic. We have learned to create together in a new way by having to work apart from one another. Despite these hurdles, we're still committed to the same level of quality our fans expect. Over the coming weeks, we'll be unveiling more of what we're working on for Beyond Light and what also that means for Season of Arrivals, which now will be extended to November 10th. Beyond Light sets the stage for an incredible future of Destiny 2, and though it's coming later than we originally anticipated, we're excited to continue that journey with you this November. So pretty short and sweet, they just want to do it right. All right, so back to where we were. So everybody's up to speed, should be if you're watching the video. While we're sad to keep the secrets of Europa under wraps for a few extra weeks, our dev team is putting in the work to deliver an adventure that is worthy of your bravery. Doing that work from our homes finds us very far away from our usual ideal of working together in a studio, currently still quarantined. So we're taking the time we need to do it right under the most challenging conditions. I don't know if you guys have seen what's going on in the United States, but we're doing a terrible job at managing this thing. It's going really badly. So the fact that they're still working from home to be safe for longer, I applaud them for doing it right and taking care of their staff. Biggest thing I can say. With the extra time between September and November, we have some plans to make the most of the suddenly longer season. So as you guys can see, this is the calendar and it's been updated. So we knew the contact event started on Io, then it moved to Titan. We have the interference mission in the weekly quest, Prophecy Dungeon, that stuff's the same. On the right, we've got Moments of Triumph. Now, July 7th to November 10th. Moments of Triumph is going to go all the way until Beyond Light launches. It was going to do that. It just has a longer time frame. Solstice of Heroes also is only still going to be the same length, actually. I'm kind of surprised. I thought they'd give a little longer there. But it is August 11th to September 8th. Now, September 8th to September 22nd was going to be the final 2 weeks of the season. We weren't sure what was going to happen in there. We still have basically the second part of the Exodus quest, which if you guys have been in the game, it's kind of preparing all the planets for everybody to leave or do what they need to do. So that's one question I kind of wonder, is the second stage of that we're waiting on going to be towards, like, you know, late October? Or is that still going to be kind of in a similar time frame? My hunch is honestly that probably got pushed. Solstice of Heroes is there, but also, as we're going to encompass October now, we have the Festival of the Lost. So we've got new masks, triumphs, mummified rewards, which could be kind of interesting. Basically, it's the holiday of the Halloween event. Now, as Festival of the Lost is on here, it has the similar image of what we've seen before. I would imagine we're going to go into the Infinite Forest because their focus is going to be on Beyond Light. I don't imagine them dropping anything huge for Festival of the Lost, as the delay is going to still focus on Beyond Light. So Festival of the Lost will be, you know, masks and triumphs and maybe a single weapon or something that'll take you into the fall or into Beyond Light, but I would not hold my hopes very high for Festival of Lost. It has been the Halloween event. It's been okay. I think it was a little better before based on the rewards, but I just wouldn't hold that one very high as something major. It's just going to be kind of a time filler. It's also a month long. I think it's longer than it's ever been, so keep that in mind as well. They're trying to just give us something in the game, a little bit of a breather here to cover this 6-week delay. They're doing their best. Honestly, if there was nothing new and it was just like, hey, work on your raids, your triumphs, your seals, farm for any weapons you want, I would be okay with it. But Festival of Lost is, I guess, during that October month, so I guess we're going to get that as well. Solstice will be, you know, kind of cool, have some decent looking armor. We'll see what comes more with that. And then Festival's the new addition. Somewhere still we do have to finish the season to go into the Beyond Light story, whether it's Evacuation, whatever happens to the planets that are going away, the pyramid ships doing something, if there's going to be a live event. That could be delayed in timing, but all of that still potentially, if you see November 3rd to November 10th, that last week could be crazy. Who knows? I'm not sure where their timing's going to fall, because it was going to be 2 weeks before the end of the season to get to Beyond Light, because it was September 8th from Solstice to the 22nd. Now we have a 1 week delay, but Festival of Lost may not be as big of a deal. So we'll see how that timing goes, but we've just added Festival at this point. I wouldn't hold too much. We have one more exotic in Traveler's Chosen, which is not a spoiler. You can see it in the triumphs. And we have the other half of the Exodus, which is Evacuation. That's part of that whole Traveler's Chosen. So somewhere that's going to fall. And it feels like, as you know, we could kick off most of Exodus throughout one day. I think this is probably going to work in a very similar way to where, you know, you can launch in, you'll go finish up the Evacuation quest for the 4 planets and probably wrap that thing up in a day. So that's the new calendar. So Moments of Triumph will be extended November 10th, cutting it close on some of those tougher triumphs. Here's extra time to finish it off. Show must go on. Festival of Lost will now take place during Season of Arrivals, beginning on October 6th. We're planning a handful of ritual activity modifiers to look forward to. Increased Valor, increased Infamy, increased Redacted. I don't know what that's going to be. It's probably going to be some relation to drops. Maybe it's like Trials tokens. Honestly, who knows? Now, it could be increased drops from the dungeon. Could be increased drops from all the raids that we have an option on. It could be increased Trials awards to give you more of a push on a weekend. Increased Iron Banner tokens. Who knows? A few additional Iron Banner events between September and November. Of course, they'll trickle those in. That's not too much of a surprise. The Redacted thing, I guess it gives them something in there. We'll just have to see. These are just little things they throw in every so often if you're trying to work on stuff, but nothing major there. And honestly, the Valor and the Infamy, not a big deal for me. I'm not really trying to hit any resets, and you have a longer season than ever, so you should have plenty of time to do that. We know that no amount of extra Infamy or Valor will keep your hunger satiated, but we will have a few more surprises to share on the road to launch ahead. Stay tuned. So that's the thing. I'm picturing the Evacuation, the way they wrap up the planets, a live event. Something will still wrap up the season, but it's just much farther away at this point. In the meantime, the pages that appeared on the day we revealed Beyond Light have been updated with all the new and relevant information. Book art Markham, again, November 10th is the date. So maybe we are conquerors. Contrary to what Zavala believes, many among you became conquerors last season with the introduction of Grandmaster Nightfall difficulty. Even though we turned the challenge up to 11, you were able to smash through the ranks of enemy combatants and earn your prize. While the season will follow the same flow, completing all Nightfalls on Grandmaster difficulty to earn the Conqueror title, we made some adjustments to activity rewards to make things a bit more fruitful. Thank goodness, because honestly, I was debating on going for Conqueror this season because we're not going to have anything sunset until Beyond Light. So you have your entire arsenal, like Mountaintops and Recluses and everything to pick from. So here's an update for Nightfall the Order. Increased Masterwork materials for Grandmaster Nightfalls. Grandmaster completion at Platinum, Gold, and Silver levels now have a higher chance of dropping an exotic item. Grandmaster completion at Platinum level now guarantees 1 Ascendant Shard with a small chance at 1 additional, and 4 Enhancement Prisms with a moderate chance for 1 to 2 additional. Grandmaster completion at Gold level guarantees 2 Enhancement Prisms. Silver is 2 Enhancement Prisms, small chance at 2. So if you're on the hunt for that perfectly rolled exotic armor piece, or if you're still trying to fully masterwork as many armor pieces as possible, it's time to put your skills to the test. So Grandmaster comes on the 21st. That will be coming Tuesday. So Grandmaster starts on Tuesday because that is right. We are 6 weeks into the season. So week 7 is when this starts. But now we probably are going to have really long time, actually, because they went through all 6 and then they started putting like most all of them available. So we're going to have a lot more time to work on Conquer. So also means you've got more time to level up that season pass and get even higher and higher level, which means Conquer hopefully will be more attainable for a lot of people. So if you have any notion of trying to do Conquer, this is probably going to be your best season. It's the longest season to get your season pass higher than ever, so you get a higher bonus power level. You've also got the best shot at, you know, running these things for multiple attempts in case one week doesn't do it. Farming with the dog. So last week was pretty crazy. Bungie Day brought an update to Destiny 2, unlocking a new exotic quest, new Umbral engrams. 5 raids entered the featured status, losing their weekly loot lockouts. In other words, players can play a featured raid multiple times a week and grind out high stat roll armor and raid exotics that you may not have earned yet. I'm still trying to get Teraba, and I still need 1k voices, but that's just me. If you've been taking a swing at Moments of Triumph objectives this year, you also may have noticed that the Contender's Ghost Shell from Prestige Leviathan has become available through a Triumph. In the last few days, it's come to light that the Contender Shell perk also lost their loot lockouts. Combined with some raid encounters that could be completed in under 5 minutes, this led to an incredibly quick way to earn bright engrams, which further increased Legendary Shard and Glimmer earn rates. As such, the Seeker of Brilliance perk has been temporarily disabled. Our current goal is to have a hotfix in early August that adds the weekly lockout back to the specific perk. Once we have more information, they'll let us know. So it's just an exotic ghost shell that I guess was like farming stuff was way too quickly. So they're kind of going to try and get that fixed back in August. Beyond Light release date. Obviously the big one, November 10th. Things are still going to go in the content vault. The power level will be there. All of the infusion, it's basically just pushed by date. The effect of it all still should be the same. They did release the hotfix on 14th, which was good. Currently known issues we've got, the Ghost Shell, of course. Players can't progress the means to an end quest. If that happens, just make sure you either join somebody else who is in it. And other than that, we've got subtweeting. So you got some movies of the week, nothing too major. And down here, if you want to watch the movies, I'm not going to play them on stream. I'm sure that's a copyright strike waiting to happen. Major announcement like the one we dropped today creates new questions. We know you also want answers to some of the questions you've been asking since the original reveal of Beyond Light. Those answers were hard to come by in recent weeks while we've refactored our deadlines and development cycles. The good news is that now we have more time to tell you everything that you need to know how this expansion is going to change Destiny 2. In the weeks and months to come, we'll share all the information you need to plan your game time leading up to November 10th. Pretty much covers it. So right now, you've got more time for this season. Whether you want to get your season pass higher to work on Conquer, we're going to have Moments of Triumph. If you want to complete that one for the shirt, the raid pin, all of that stuff, you've got plenty more time to do it. Solstice of Heroes will be the same amount of time, so it's about a month. Still looking forward to just the armor from that one because it always looks fairly cool. And now Festival of the Lost is within Season of Arrivals. The end of Season of Arrivals, whatever happens then, we'll have to see how it all transpires. We'll get more information as we get closer. But at this point, it was a tough decision for them to make. I know it was. It's not something that they do with, an easy decision, but it's something they had to do because for them to put out the quality experience that they want to, working from home, definitely not doing things as they typically would, they had to delay it. The fact that any game is coming out right now in the status of the world, especially in the United States, because we're terrible at this whole thing, I'm not surprised. I mean, Cyberpunk got delayed. That could get delayed again. Valhalla is coming around that same time, and we hope to see it around that time, but it could get delayed. Honestly, for Bungie, if this is what they're shooting for and they feel comfortable with it, that's great. If it gets delayed again, I guess I wouldn't be too surprised. Any delay in the world of gaming or movies or TV and stuff right now is honestly very likely. Things are going to try and get in production, but things are going to go very slow. All we can do at this point is take it with a grain of salt. There are some games that are coming out, like Ghost of Tsushima comes out tomorrow, so I'm going to be playing that on stream and hopefully uploading some videos. I got Death Stranding, I've got Horizon Zero Dawn, so I've got some other stuff that I'm looking forward to. But again, this is a bummer for me too. I'm not saying it's like I don't care, but mostly for me, it's one that I will take them working on the game to where they feel comfortable that it's correct, as opposed to them forcing something in a time window that's uncomfortable. They're their own publisher, and if they put out something major like Beyond Light that doesn't live up to par, then it's not going to be a good thing for them. So if they take a little longer, and they do it properly, I'm fully okay with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Just wanted to get you guys updated since this dropped. For one, some big news, and the TWAB updated early. We will be doing the podcast, The Last Word. It will be in the morning tomorrow, so it should be 9 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have Zoe on here. Awesome streamer from overseas in the United Kingdom, so she's going to be joining us in the morning for a good campfire chat with me and Lord Cognito. And other than that, thank you guys. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter. It's Ebontis on both, right here on YouTube. If you haven't watched a video before, hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell. If you liked it, drop a like below and leave a comment, even if you just want to say, hey, what's up? So thank you guys. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your week.